Good morning. Good to have you with us today as we look at this day. I'm a history major. My wife thinks that means that I know everything to do with history, but it doesn't. And often when she asks something, I say, I don't know. But I do like history. I like things that have happened in the past, and sometimes I like to look back and see what happened on this day. And if you look exactly 100 years ago on this day, Ed Roush of the Reds fell asleep in center field while they were having an argument in the diamond. After the argument was settled and play was to resume, Ed was sound asleep in center field, so they had to send someone out to wake him up. But the umpire, upset about all of this, wound up throwing him out of the game. Well, it makes me wonder sometimes if in the midst of everything going on around us, do we fall asleep about our faith or about who we're to be? In our lectionary for this week, we're looking at Genesis 18 is our Old Testament passage. And in the first 8 verses, the Lord appears to Abraham. And he appeared and showed up as 3 emissaries of God. And when they came, somehow Abraham was aware that it was God or emissaries from God. And he treated them like he would have treated anybody else. He was very hospitable. That was the way. He washed their feet, brought water for washing their feet, made bread, invited them to rest the night and refresh so that they could be on their way in the morning. Abraham and Sarah were busy going about hospitality in this time. And I don't know if you remember this passage, but in the next verses, it's when the angels or the emissaries say that Sarah is going to have a baby, and then Sarah laughs. But as we look at this, it makes me wonder if we don't sometimes fall asleep in our daily life. If you look through the Bible from chapter 12, where Abraham and Sarah come together as characters in the Bible, and God has connection with them, there is a appearance of God in almost every chapter following that with Abraham and Sarah for sure. And I wonder if we are aware that God appears to us in some way, some fashion, or some form each and every day. And are we ready to have hospitality toward God? Churches are great at hospitality. I mean, that's what we do. And Skidaway Island United Methodist Church and I've heard people tell me about their experience coming here, how hospitable the people were, how friendly they were, and that's why they joined. So I want to salute y'all for that, but I want to ask us, in our personal spiritual life, are we looking for God, and are we ready to receive Him in a hospitable way? Also wonder in our church if we need to think more radically about hospitality, because even though we may think that you can't have church without a coffee hour, we're fixing to find out what that's going to be like for a little while. But what is radical hospitality? Going out and welcoming a stranger or a foreigner, or inviting someone to church who doesn't have a relationship with God. We need to remember that the Holy One, that God appears sometimes when we least expect Him, during the hottest part of the day, during a phone call with someone we care about. There's a God moment in there, or sometimes just in the midst of ordinary life. Today, I hope that you pray with me that God will open my heart and your heart and my eyes and your eyes to see Him when He visits. God bless you and have a great day.